Hey, what's up, Bronze Age heroes? I'm your host, Christopher, aka the Bronze Age Nerd, and this is Late Night Comics. We are live. We're going to let people kind of stream in. We usually take it slow for the first couple minutes so people have a chance to join so they don't miss anything. But just want to take this opportunity to say I appreciate everybody who does pop in here. I appreciate everybody who watches this on the rewind if you don't have a chance to catch it live. We do these shows really late on the West Coast. Well, kind of late on the West Coast at 9 o'clock, but it's super late on the East Coast where it's already midnight. So if you work and stuff, you probably aren't jumping in. I totally understand. I do appreciate those that do watch us on the rewind. If you're an East Coaster, especially, or even if you're on the West Coast. And just happy to have anybody in here that's able to jump in. Let's see if we get anybody popping into the chat here. Looks like we got a few people trickling in here. We are going to do some giveaways tonight. I have a cool new, or at least I think it's a cool new setup for giveaways that we're going to try out. Kind of something different than what we've tried in the past. And I got some news to go over. I went to a comic book store today, and instead of doing like unboxings from like, you know, from an online retailer, we're going to look at some actual comics from a comic book store that is a brick and mortar, one of my favorite shops. Had a cool conversation with the owner of that shop that I'll share some details with, or just kind of, you know, some interesting talking points we'll go over. So this is a very interactive show. If you are in the chat, feel free to pop up and say hi. We definitely go back and forth with the chat quite a bit. So, I'm actually going to double check. Usually somebody's kind of said hi by now, so I'm going to double check and make sure we're doing okay on the stream. Make sure we got a picture and everything. Cool. Looks like we do. Well, I'll wait to go over the giveaways for the super chat because I don't want to do that unless I have people that are actually watching and viewing. Yeah, I got a chance to get out of the house today. My wonderful wife was awesome enough to watch our kiddo on her day off so I could get out of the house. She had a chance to do that on Sunday. I got a chance to do it today, and that was very much needed. I got a chance to kind of just, you know, get out, clear the cobwebs, go look at comic books, talk to a comic book owner, go hunt for toys and stuff. Hey, all right, we got Comic Book Report in the house. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for coming in, Comic Book Report. I appreciate it. So I'll go over it a couple times, but I do want to make sure I get the super chat stuff out there for those that are watching. Oh, we got Buddy in the house too. Hey, Buddy, how's it going? So I'm going to do something cool with the super chats tonight, guys, and forgive me if I have to go over this a couple times. Hey, Jay, how's it going? I decided to start doing a tiered giveaway. That doesn't mean that they're crying. What it means is I'm going to start out the super chat with one comic book. And then if we get to $10 in super chat, I'm going to add a trade paperback. If we get to $25 in super chat, I'm going to add a signed comic book. And then if we get to $50, I'm going to add in a slab, a 9/8 CGC slab. So that's kind of how the super chat prize is going to work. If you're not familiar, you can click the super chat button. There's usually like a little money symbol icon, dollar icon that you can click to do that. And if you donate like $5, you would have entries 1 through 5 and a random number that we're going to give away at the end of the night. So we got Snoop in the house. What's up, Snoop? Snoop and Noop. Every time I see Snoop and Noop, have you ever seen Old School Snoop? There's a scene where Will Ferrell goes on stage with Snoop Dogg as they're performing for some reason at a frat. Or sorry, not a frat. Yeah, I guess it's a frat. Yeah. And he goes, Snoop-a-loop. I like your hat. It's pretty funny. Hey, Huey Plata, good morning from Germany. Hey, good morning to Germany. Awesome. Snoop is in Florida. Shout out from Florida. Right on. You're in the home territory of Dangerous Waters Comics and More, which is a friendly sponsor of the show. And I will take this opportunity, since they are one of the sponsors that are giving away one of the signed comic books that I'll be giving away tonight. Take this opportunity to say that you can go get 10% off on their website using the code BRONZE10. And you can also get free shipping on any order over $40. You can combine those two offers too. So that's really cool. Hey, we got Preston in the house. Preston's going to come in with a $5 super chat. Good evening, Preston. I'm really glad you're able to make it. Ralph, hey everybody from BK. Why am I blanking up? Like Burger King's the only thing that comes to mind, and maybe you're at Burger King. I don't know, but I'm guessing that's from somewhere else. Tell me where it is, because for some reason it's not clicking. James says, hello all, sorry I can't stay, need to get some sleep. Hey, that's totally understandable, man. Like I knew setting up these late night shows that I was going to attract a certain audience that's just able to be up late at night, and for others I wasn't able to do that. But hey, we got Preston, who's entered in the super chat prize. Have a good night, James. I'm going to show off what that prize is. So this is kind of a hot comic book, but you know, it's not going for a lot more. But remember, if we get to the $10 level, I'll kick in the next prize. So the first prize is Gun Honey #1. You guys know that I'm a big fan of the booty cover of the week, and I nominate one of those. This is definitely one of the booty cover contenders there. This is the Camerini cover. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Camerini. It's like cover D for Gun Honey #1. Gun Honey #1 has been optioned, as I'm sure just about everybody in here knows. So that's your automatic prize that you're entered in. If we get to $10, I'll unlock the next prize, guys. Okay. Buddy has got us up to $10 already, so that's going to be pretty fast. Good luck, Buddy and Preston. And let's reveal that next prize. So at $10, we got a trade paperback that's going to be joining the house. This is The Punisher, Max Born. It's The Punisher Born. It's a Max title. This reprints collects Born 1 through 4 by Garth Ennis and illustrated by Derek Robertson. This was a kind of an AOK basically that got sent to me by a friend of the channel. Really cool. This kind of tells some of the origin of Frank Castle, or retells, I believe. So that's really cool. So that is now part of the prize package. So if you're in the super chat prize, you got a chance to win the trade paperback and the Gun Honey #1. And the next prize that we will unveil will be the signed comic book at $25 and then the slab at $50. So if we don't get to those marks, those aren't part of the giveaway. But if we get to those marks, then I will unveil what those are. So good luck everybody in the super chat, and we'll get on with the show. And Buddy is from Oregon. Oregon representing the house. I'm from Washington, so we got the Pacific Northwest holding it down, along with Germany and a few other places, Florida. Ralph Rodriguez, Brooklyn at a BK. Oh, so you are at a Burger King in Brooklyn, or I don't know, either that or you're messing with me. Both are possible at this point. So we do have some stuff. I've gotten that name before in high school. Right on, man. Is your name actually Snoop, or is it just a nickname? So got some stories to go over, you know, some nerd news. I think I'm actually going to do, gosh, should I do the comic book visit first, or should I do nerd news first? Got a decision to make there. SG says, good evening, SG. I don't know if you're cool with me saying your first name, but SG is a good friend of the channel. You know, provides good feedback and everything. So, oh, hey, we got Ralph Rodriguez going in for a super chat. Let me make sure I get Ralph down. Ralph got us that much closer to unlocking that signed comic book. I will say it's a Star Wars comic. It's a Star Wars comic, and I will even go one further. I'll give you another hint here. It's a John Tyler Christopher variant cover that is signed. So I'll kind of give you guys that little teaser there. But thanks a lot for your super chat, Ralph. Good luck tonight in the giveaway. So I don't know if I should go over news or do the let's talk about comics. I bought some comics. Let's talk about it, guys. Is that cool? Can we talk about comic books? Yeah, comics are always a good choice, right, Preston? I agree. So I went to my favorite comic book store that's kind of in my driving distance, my driving range. Driving range, that sounds like I'm going golfing. Drivable range, you guys know what I'm saying. Picked up a few things. The first thing I picked up, I usually try to get a magnet every time I go to a comic store that has a magnet. I have a large metal object in my house that I put magnets on. It's not my refrigerator, but I'm not gonna say what it is. Some of you can probably guess, especially with a magnet like this. But I got a G.I. Joe #1 magnet. I've got a bunch of these. My daughter loves playing with them and rearranging them and stuff and making, like, you know, she's 3. She makes like big trails out of them and stuff, you know, like Harley Quinn and Spider-Man and little Rick and Morty figures and stuff like that. So she loves these. So I got one of these. This isn't probably going to be one of her favorite necessarily. She's not a big G.I. Joe fan yet. We'll see. But I love this one. They also had G.I. Joe 21's, the silent issue, first appearance of Storm Shadow there as well. So I was really tempted to do that too. All right, yeah, that's kind of what I figured. That'd be super funny if you were at a Burger King at the same time. Oh, SG's entering the contest. SG in the show here. So guys, we are just $5 away from unlocking that super chat prize. So let's go over the comics I picked up. A little awkward to do. I don't have a whole lot of desk space here, nor do I have like a little table beside me. Hey, we got K Titus in the house. Samurai Kin. I've mentioned before, guys, I would go follow Samurai Kin. He's such a positive force in the comic book community. He lets you know about all kinds of cool stuff going on with channels, like, you know, if they're approaching giveaways or milestones, or if they've got like important causes going on. And I think he's a really positive guy. So I like that. You know, he does like shout out vids for me occasionally, like if I'm doing a giveaway, and that's cool. I like that, but it's not the main reason I'm saying that. Okay, I want to kind of like half organize these a little bit. It's exciting, I know. I'm still kind of looking over at chat every once in a while, guys, so definitely keep it up. You guys will get if you've been following along with my X-Men stuff, I have the next kind of entries in the X-Men series. I didn't get a ton. I got like 4 or 5, it looks like. So you guys will see the next kind of deal with that. So the store I went to is I Like Comic Books in Vancouver, Washington. I tried to go to another comic book shop called Columbia. It was called Columbia Sports Cards and Comics. They actually no longer sell comic books because the owner of I Like Comic Books, they actually have had kind of a Columbia Sports Card had kind of a weird thing going on, and they ended up selling out their comic book inventory to I Like Comics. So I went there and I was like, hey, you guys used to have comics. The nickname stuck. Okay, right on, man. Oh shit, buddy always finds this really cool stuff at like thrift shops. Yeah, absolutely. And it very much shows. And I just want to try to reciprocate some of that positivity and, you know, send back some people to you as well. So first thing I'll show off here. Anyways, yeah, so they bought up their inventory. So it's funny because I was like, well, that was my second stop anyway. So I'll go over there. I went to a Target, found one of the Eternals figures. I don't have it with me. But I got the, it's not Athena, right? It's Thena, the Angelina Jolie's character. It's been years since I've read Eternals. I opened this comic up, and I really hope she watches the again, man, it's that targeted marketing. What Google is a big company, and they own YouTube, and so they know exactly what you need. They know what's going to make your life better, what you're most likely to purchase based on your past internet searches, and they've decided that's the best ad for you. I'm just messing with the comic journey. Nice find, buddy. I managed to pick up Venom 32 Ryan Brown cover today. It was a combination of comics and shoe store. You guys find some cool places to look for comics. So I wish she was in here. It's really late for her. She usually doesn't make it. This is a comic I've been looking for a while for a couple of reasons. This is G.I. Joe 49. This is the first appearance of Serpentor, which is a very controversial character in G.I. Joe lore. The reason I grabbed this is, first of all, because for some reason, I didn't sell many G.I. Joe comics when I sold my collection a few years back. You guys might have known I sold about 80-90% of my collection a few years back. But I think I'm right about this. Oh, maybe you know what? Maybe I'm going down the wrong path here. I got to look at these letters. Oh no, it's in here. So if you guys know Kimberly Craft, she's a really, really good member of the community, hangs out at Economics and Comics. She's nice enough to come hang out at my channel. She wrote in to G.I. Joe and she played a long game of like, can you figure it out? Here's the problem. I don't have a lot of G.I. Joes that have letter columns in them. And so I was like, I just can't find it. Eventually she just said, here's a hint. Something about Serpentor. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I know what it is then. So Kimberly Craft wrote into G.I. Joe in the letters column, the postbox the pit, I should say. And I won't be able to show that up on camera, but I'm going to read the letter. I've never read this. I literally just cracked this open for the first time. Well, I've read the issue, but I don't think I read the letters column. Dear Joes, our neighborhood loves G.I. Joe. In fact, we even have our own G.I. Joe club. We each have our own characters with code names, military specialties, different birthplaces, etc. Some of us are brothers and sisters of Joe's, for example. Kat is the sister of Ripcord, and Stryker is the brother of Bazooka. Our friends' code names are Kickoff, Snake Slayer, Whisper, and Shout. Oh, Whisper and Shout. They're twins. I get it. Does that really say what I think it says? That says Shitler. Shitler, Tight Air, and us. Kat and Stryker. As you can see, we are very big fans of G.I. Joe. We have most of the comic books, all of the recent ones, and some of the older ones, and we've read each of them a couple of dozen times. We have just one more thing to say, Yo Joe. And it's signed Kim Craft. Well, I should say Kim Cat Craft. So that's really cool. Obviously she's a member of the community. It's not the same thing as this, but knowing that like George R.R. Martin wrote in, I believe it was an Avengers comic, I want to say. Cody Concraft. There's a Thor hammer kettlebell. Kettleball? Wait, kettleball? You mean a kettlebell? I'm so confused. Sounds cool though. It reminds me, I saw a Thor water bottle that was like you filled it up and it got heavy, obviously, because it's water. As heavy as a big thing of water would be. That I saw. That was kind of neat. Anyways, I think that's really cool. So I was happy to find a copy of that in decent shape. Probably, maybe VF plus or so. So I thought that was neat. The other thing I like comics as a bunch of different sections. My favorite section is like, this is a discount section. So none of these are covered like the price that's listed. They're all discounted. Shit. Public notice, people. Make sure you don't play AC/DC's Big Balls in your stream or you will get blocked. They did it to me, and apparently YouTube frowns on Big Balls. Well, here's the thing. They pretty much block all copyrighted music. Lessons how to keep women from hitting on me all the time. Yep, I know. We've all been there, bud. We've all been there. The Art Chemist says, good evening. Hey, how's it going? Just so you know, guys, again, this is the Super Chat stream. We haven't had a Super Chat in a minute. We are just $5 away from unlocking the next prize, which is a signed Star Wars comic. So you guys know I'm a big Cyclops fan. One of the things they have, like I said, they have a % off section, and this is from the 50% off section. And this is Cyclops 2 of 4. Oh boy, I'm blanking on what year this came out. 2001. And this is Cyclops 2 of 4. They have a signed section, so signed comics, because they bought out the entire inventory of a few comic book stores. This is from Oakland, well, I guess from Comics Unlimited, and it was signed at the Oakland WonderCon. I believe that was a store in Bend, Oregon, I want to say, that they bought out. Yeah, actually it says right here, North Bend, Oregon, Comics Unlimited. And they have a ton of comic books that they had signed. So this is Cyclops 2 of 4, signed by, I have never been able to pronounce this guy's name, Mark Texeira. I don't know if it's Texeira or Texiera. I've never heard it said out loud. But I was a huge fan of like his work on Wolverine, for example. Like he did a really iconic run. He did the Sabretooth limited series, a bunch of stuff back in the day. But that's really cool. So that was $3. Oh my gosh, guys, we got a new super chat in. So they all come with like these certificate of authenticity. I mean, I have no problem believing these are really signed. I've bought a few of these, about some like Nova comics and some Spider-Woman stuff there. So they're signed by Marv Wolfman. I think it's legit. But hey, I can just always send it into CBCS, right? And then they'll give it a no problem. They'll just verify it. Buddy coming in with the $10. Let me get Buddy down. So guys, we are now just $20 away from unlocking a CGC 9.8 slab. So Buddy, you have kicked us over Texiera, yeah. Okay, Buddy, so did they have a lot of signings there? Because I mean, I know you're in Oregon, right? I think I actually went to that shop when I was a kid. I'm pretty sure I did, but I can't say. Texiera, I love it. They apparently only block big balls. Well, you know, YouTube's never been accused of having big balls. So the comic you unlocked, this is Rogue One, #1, Tate's comic variant. I did not grab the signed version. I actually have 2 of these. Okay, so I actually have the signed version now. So this is the director Krennic. And then John Tyler Christopher has the most obscure signature. It's actually right there. And yeah, no, it really is a signature. Like you can see he signs one. He signs like, I guess he doesn't want to like disrupt his art is the thing. But yeah, it's got the certificate of authenticity and everything there. And this is the comic that was donated for the Super Chat prize by Dangerous Waters Comics. So grab the wrong one because they're identical. But that's the prize we unlocked. Good luck, buddy. Tashera. Oh, that could be Nathan. And by the way, Nathan, congratulations for joining the chat. I know you don't really get to catch a lot of the live shows. That could totally be. I always got to remember I should probably look this way because my light's over here. Let's get back to the comic haul, guys. But good luck to everybody that donated to the Super Chat prize. So this is a Gene Ha signed copy of Adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix. And so this is, again, a 50% off section. So it says $6. I bought it for $3. Same deal. It's got the certificate from North Bend there, from Comics Unlimited. But the Gene Ha signature, that's really cool. And then this one was by Paul Smith. And this is X-Men. This is from when they were like hiding the numbers. I always hated that. Number 43, they were hiding it in the barcode box. So yeah, Paul Smith, you know, just kind of cool. These might be like future giveaways. Hey Paul, how's it going, man? Welcome to the show. And then this one, I'm just kind of showing off some comics I got at a comic book store. Got a stack here. Got Captain America #6. This was signed by Mark Waid. And I just thought, you know, hey, it's a cool cover. And this one was like $4. Yeah, $4 for a signed comic book Mark Waid. Why not? I cannot remember her name, but I know this is the first appearance. This is Amazing Spider-Man 565. It's Craven's daughter. And yeah, that was a good comic book for $10. I got to look up a couple here just to make sure I get the notes right. Okay, so got a couple Incredible Hulk books. I wanted to make sure I didn't mix up which is which. Oh, it's kind of unmistakable if I just look at the comic book. So this is Incredible Hulk 330. And this is Todd McFarlane's first cover art on a main Marvel title, which I thought was kind of neat. McFarlane stuff's going nuts. I thought that was cool. And that's, yeah, it's in pretty good shape. And then, yeah, of course. Yeah, okay. So this is Incredible Hulk 331. That's the first Gray Hulk. And this is probably like a 9/4. So first intelligent Gray Hulk, I should say. It's also when Peter David began his run, too. So kind of cool. You guys, you think I always buy just new comic books, so I picked up some older stuff because I like, you know, right now I'm trying to buy older comics. I don't necessarily mean like Golden Age or anything like that, but definitely, you know, stuff that I think is going to hold value and be a little bit more like, you know, bubble bursting kind of proof. So I got some Fantastic Four books. Picked up Fantastic Four 80, which is the first appearance of Tomazuma, the Living Totem. Got Fantastic Four number 95. And again, these were all, none of these were the price that's listed here. They're all like 50% off or more. This is the first appearance of Monocle. This one, I definitely wanted to grab this one right now. This is second appearance of Agatha Harkness. So I thought that was fitting to pick up today. Fantastic Four 103. And this one, definitely, I need to verify that this is actually true, but I thought this was really freaking cool. The final monthly issue written by Stanley before taking on the role of publisher. Fantastic Four 125. That's pretty cool. That'd be a cool one to like have like a signature series of, assuming that's 100% accurate. I'm going off Geek Collector, so could be wrong. Oh, that's too bad, man. Yeah, I totally get it, though. I totally get it. Thanks for hopping in, Nathan, if you're still around. Yeah, have a good night, dude. See? It's uncanny, their ability to figure out exactly what you need. So this is the origin of Annihilus. This is Fantastic Four 140. These are all in pretty good shape. Like this is probably like a 7.0, I would say. And I got one more Fantastic Four book. Got Fantastic Four 155. Probably also about a 7.0. And this is the partial origin of the Silver Surfer and Shayla Ball. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but it's weird. Like you see these names in print so often, and then you actually have to say them, and you're like, oh, I don't know how to say that. But just some really cool Fantastic Four comics. I think the earliest Fantastic Four comic I had before this was like in the 300s in the 200s. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, I mean the Adam Warlock casting news. And the Agatha stuff's going pretty nuts too. Part of the news we'll cover pretty quickly is that she's getting a new show on Disney Plus. They got you covered whether you're coming or going. I'll save that one for last. Picked picked up my second copy of What If the Alien Costume Had Possessed Spider-Man? What If number 4. So that's a cool one right there. Okay, so some X-Men books. Picked up 5 X-Men books for my run. Yep. Ball. 100%. See y'all soon. Are you coming in? Or are you just taking off? Welcome and possibly goodbye. GT, you're always welcome here. So in a really cloudy back, this cover has always weirded me out because it looks like a romance cover from like the 80s or something like that. And it is, you know, maybe that's intentional because the cover is Life, Death, a love story. But Uncanny X-Men 186, a special double-sized issue. And then the 2 of these are newsstands. X-Men 187. That's a newsstand. And I wonder, a lot of the newsstands I got from this guy in the past have been Mark Jewelers. That doesn't look like it's one of them. I kind of looked, but yeah. Oh, I believe it, man. He says Thor 165 went from being an $800 book to a $2,200 book. I'm guessing it's only going to go up from there. Peddling Ass Cream and Viagra. What's up next? Cosplay porn? Yeah, I mean, you know, anything's possible. X-Men 188. I mean, those would be better ads, right? I guess it depends on how good the cosplay is. X-Men 188. And, you know, double check here. That one actually... Normally I can tell by looking, but... one might be... I would like to do the Mark Jeweler check. Nope. I've gotten maybe like 5 now. I mean, none of them are key issues, really. Well, I mean, nothing key that I would call a key. Some apps might, but... and then 2 more. Uncanny X-Men 215. And Uncanny X-Men 216. Probably my favorite cover out of that bunch. And then 1 more comic book. Was pretty happy getting this one. It's Avengers 56. It's the retelling of Captain America's origin. And I thought that was pretty cool. So picked up some good Fantastic Four books, got some more X-Men books, got some signed books, some Cyclops signed books too, which I like. So that's really cool. Before I move on to news, I'm just going to go over the prizes we've unlocked so far. Because I'll be not checking chat for a minute when I get news up. So first prize is Gun Hunting number 1, the cover D, the booty cover, Camerini, I think. So we've unlocked that prize. We have the Punisher Born trade paperback, Garth Ennis, and got the signed John Tyler Christopher Tate's comic exclusive director Krennic. That's Rogue One issue 1. So probably some first appearances in there as well, if I think about that, unless maybe those guys showed up in a preview. So yeah, that 216 cover is pretty sweet. And so real fast, I'm going to talk about that video just for a second. So I posted a video. I apologize for the clickbait nature of that video. The title was, and the thumbnail was kind of clickbait. I don't try to do that stuff that often, but it is YouTube. You kind of have to play the game a little bit. So I posted kind of a clickbait title. So I apologize for that, but it worked. Those videos usually get like 200, 250 views. That one got like, and that's like weeks later. That one already has like almost 700 views on it. So I really appreciate you guys watching that. Hopefully it was fun. I did some fun kind of jokes in that, trying to have some more fun with some stuff. And I made a little short about it. real fast, I want to talk about this. Several people commented on the killing spiders, and I get it. I get it. I get it. I'm trying to do better about that. Real fast, GT, have a great night, sir. I absolutely appreciate you popping by for as long as you're able to, and hopefully you'll catch the rest of the show on the rewind. Looks like Nathan's zipping out as well. Have a good night, Nathan. So I get it about the killing spiders thing. It's something I'm trying to work on. Littler spiders and totally known friendly spiders like daddy long legs, that kind of stuff, or cellar spiders, whatever you want to call them. I know there's different names and they get misidentified and all that stuff. I'm really doing my best. You promised you buy some, so let's see they know. Comic Journey coming in with the jokes. Love it. And thanks for supporting the channel. I really appreciate that. Guys, this stuff does actually help. I am working on making my super chat prizes better to get you guys more interested and more involved in doing that. I'm going to do more giveaways. I'm not going to make that the main focus of my channel for very long, but I do want to give back to the community that supported me. And this is a way to do that. And it, you guys don't know, I'm between jobs right now. I'm looking for work. This is kind of my thing. So definitely helps out. So I do appreciate it. What's up, Comic Quest? How's it going? Comics Quest. So we're $15 away from unlocking the 9.8 CGC slab. Keep that in mind. And that one, I'll give you a teaser on that one. It's a Wolverine cover, not a Wolverine comic, but it's a Wolverine cover. And it's a exclusive variant cover too. So keep that in mind. So where was I? Picked up the comic books. Oh yeah, the video. I'm working on not killing spiders, guys. I get it. They're mostly our friends. But it's a phobia. It's a thing. And I don't know, something about a huge I mean, this thing, I'm not exaggerating. It's literally the biggest spider I've ever seen in my house. People do. And I get it because they, like we kill them and it's sort of a moral thing. I mean, like I'm a hunter. I kill elk and I don't have a problem doing that, because I know I'm using that animal for food and I don't have a problem with that. If I'm going to eat meat, I'd rather do it that way than go buy some factory farm meat. But if you kill a spider, what does it really accomplish? I don't really feel that way about flies. So I guess kind of sort of the same thing, but anyways, just thought I'd mention that real fast. Yeah, Comic Journey still trying to win here. Or do you mean don't super chat people? Because that would improve your odds. People do super chat. It actually improves my odds, not so much yours. Oh, I bet. Yeah. For some reason, most island nations or islands in general seem to have crazy spiders. Yeah, that's what I thought. Are many venomous? Because I know the thing is around here, not very many are venomous. I'm curious about that. Okay, so let's cover some news stories. So I'm gonna switch over. Spiders and bats get all the love. Hey, how's it going, Andrew? Actually, I actually do like Arachnophobia. It's a good movie. Good movie. Oh no. Oh man. I'm Preston in for $5. I don't even know what to say. That's great. So Preston is looking for the booty. The giveaway title will have to be the booty cover of the week. I looked for a booty cover at the store. I've been looking for so here's a good question. I've always thought it's Legionnaires, the DC title. There's an Adam Hughes run where he does a bunch of covers, and I think it's issue 6 I'm looking for. It's an Adam Hughes early booty cover. I have been looking for that, but is it actually pronounced Legionaries? because I think that's how you pronounce like the Roman legionnaires were legionaries. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyways, I'm just wondering about pronunciation as usual. Okay, so she does have a big mouth. All right. Yeah, Preston's giving you a run for your money. So the only answer to that, to improve your odds again, is to super chat again. That is actually that's one of the stories I'm covering tonight. So we will get to that one here pretty quickly. Oh damn, Jay Chimp's coming in. And hey, that's awesome. Thank you very much. Just started watching this channel a while ago and I'm enjoying it. Well, I'm enjoying you enjoying it. And let me write you down real fast here. Yeah, arachnophobia is really great. I don't like the end of it that much. The end of it kind of is a little much. But it's a great movie. 41 through 50. So you have unlocked the slab. I'll actually take it out of its plastic here. You guys just saw it's probably bad showmanship, but it kind of helps make it look a little bit more presentable. So congratulations on getting entered to win. Good luck. This is 10 of Swords creation number 1. This is the first appearance of the original Horsemen of Apocalypse. And this is the Kyle Hotz Wolverine cover. Just a dope Wolverine cover. All the swords and arrows and sais and stuff hanging out of him. It's a limited. I think this was limited to 3,000 too. So very cool comic book. It's a key and it's a 9/8 white pages. So guys, if you enter to win the super chat now, you can win this comic book. You can win the signed Star Wars comic book. You can win the trade from Punisher, and you could win the Gun Honey cover. So those are our super chat prizes for tonight. So let's switch over to the news. Good luck, everybody, on that stuff. All right, cool. All right. So, yeah, I still have to fix this, by the way, where I've got the weird overlay double chat thing going on. Sorry about that, guys. I guess here's one way I could fix this real fast. Got off my chin, and there we go. Just gotta sit up kind of tall. So Comic wants everybody to stop super chatting, but they're not going to do it. James Howard, which sounds like James Howlett, is in for $5. Thank you, James, and good luck to you, sir. Good luck on that. It'll be my first slab giveaway too, so that'll be pretty fun, guys. So the news that I wanted to cover, and I'll this is just up here for a visual aid. Agatha Harkness is getting her own show on Disney Plus. That's really all there is to it. It's not a huge deal. Albert says, fantastic show. Thanks for starting it after the FOC cutoff time. You're welcome, Albert. I know I've talked to you before. I apologize for not remembering. Are you a retailer then, I assume? And if so, what are you at, a LCS, or where are you at? Oh, we got Economics and Comics in the house. What's up, Billy? How's it going? Didn't get any orders from Billy this week because I think I got like 2 the week before, so we didn't do his unboxing, but did go over all those fun comic books from I Like Comics. So basically the news here, Agatha Harkness is getting her own show. All the Agatha keys are spiking right now, as they predictably would be after an announcement like this. So I pulled the story this morning before I went to the comic book store and did all that stuff, and found out in the meantime that they cast Adam Warlock. It's the dude from We're the Millers, I believe. Peter Robles in the house. How's it going, Peter? Well, I mean, maybe he's in a different time zone. Or I guess, do they do a standardized FOC? I don't even know if it's by time zone or not. So that's basically the news here. It's nothing super special. I would say that this surprises me, and it doesn't surprise me. The surprising part is I don't know if she can really carry her own show. The unsurprising part is that she was, like a fan favorite reveal from that. What I suspect here, though, is that we will see a continuation of the magical element to the MCU that they're, right now they're obviously bringing in magic, multiverse, and then horror is the next thing. and they want to continue those other shows. To the best of my knowledge, no. I believe she just had those appearances in other titles. I'm thankful you got all the orders in too. That's awesome. Okay, midnight Eastern time. Okay, so yeah, you were getting up to the wire there. Albert, how are your Penguin orders? I'm curious because I talked to, I went to I Like Comics. I talked to the owner there. Really cool guy. I had a long, cool conversation with him that I kind of promised I'd get around to. I guess I skipped over some of that. Had kind of a funny story. He has been so busy. He's been super overworked. Doing the 70-hour work weeks and all that kind of stuff. And Rose City Comic Con just happened, and he forgot to do his first FOC order through Penguin, so he had to go through Diamond, and he didn't notice any difference. And I've confirmed, or other people have confirmed, and I can report that Penguin is supplying Diamond with the comic books, but it makes me wonder, the comic books going from Penguin to Diamond, I wonder if they're not suffering the same problems because they're in larger, pallets that aren't getting jostled as much on the corners. Maybe kind of makes me wonder about that. But he's a real cool dude. I was kind of talking about some industry stuff with him. I was talking about the history of his shop a little bit. He's a fun guy to talk to. Like, it's if you guys aren't familiar, it's the largest comic book shop in Washington, Oregon, Montana, or Idaho. So kind of the entire Northwest, if you include Montana in the Northwest, which most people don't, but hey, there you go. And he's personal friends with Steve Borok. I was talking to him yesterday about some stuff, and just, you get some really cool information from him. He confirmed with CGC that this is super obvious, right? He confirmed because he has, thousands of books out at CGC. So he called and he said, hey, what's going on with a couple of these orders? They're getting pretty old. And he was able to find out, at least according to one person he talked to, that they are not ordering, opening packages in the order in which they were received, which is not surprising at all. But that's what they told him, which is really surprising that they would say that, even if that is the case. So I thought that was kind of fascinating. So makes sense too. So here's what I want to talk about next. It's going to look a little weird until I click on this. And there we go. Okay, so it got brought up earlier in the chat, the artist proof of the J. Scott Campbell. It feels really weird having like half my face cut off. Let me fix that real fast. This guy wouldn't lie about that. There's no way he'd lie about that. So they said it and were wrong, or they said it and that's what's actually happening. But they said it to him. I trust this guy. And customer service people often are not trained as well as you might expect. And honestly, with CGC, does it really surprise you that they might not train their people very well? So this is the deal. These comic books, hey, comic book steals and deals. Love the show. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So I don't know how to feel about this, to be honest with you, because I'm biased. I love Rogue. I love this cover. I love J. Scott Campbell's artwork. I think J. Scott Campbell won a lot of points with me when he did the what did he call it? Draw It Your Own Way, the ASM Black Cat cover, and he did the controversy about the person redrawing his Mary Jane cover. Scored a lot of points with me for that too. I just love his artwork. This has me feeling a little weird though. So here's the deal. This cover came out. It was a big deal. Very hot right out of the gates. It's the negative space cover that like John Tyler Christopher's been doing. This was kind of his crack at it. John Tyler Christopher actually did a Rogue cover, but it wasn't as good as this one. It was a good cover though, in my opinion. So they sold out of those in a second. And now J. Scott Campbell is doing an artist's proof version of this, that's limited to 300 copies. And I mean, really, the only difference is it has his pre-rendered signature on it. Obviously, he's offering a signed version of these. We'll get to that in a second. And the only other difference is that this back cover, I believe that's the back cover, says this. It has, it's offered exclusively by his web store. All copies are going to be hand numbered 1 to 300. It comes with a holographic authenticity seal. The back cover art is unique to the jscottcampbell.com exclusive APA variant. And CGC will note the hand numbering of copies on the label for the signature series if you send it in. Here's the deal. Just like King Spawn, #1, they have a certificate going out with these that they've been witnessed when they were signed. And if you submit it by, it's in my email, which I'm not going to pull up on this browser. I think it's by November 15th or something, or the end of November, something like that. You have that long to send these out. Maybe it was December. You have a very short window, just like you did with King Spawn, to send these out to get graded by CGC. So I don't have a problem necessarily with the whole certificate thing. If they seal it, they are doing, kind of like a chain of custody kind of thing, but they're not really sealing it. But we know these comic books had to come from him. So it's kind of this weird gray area, right? Like, they were witnessed, but then there's like this artificial shortened window for you to submit them, which is kind of weird. Got Nicholas in the house. What's up, Nicholas? Mid-November, November 19th. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right from my recollection. I just don't want to pull up my email because they don't include it on the website. So the question that I believe it was you actually that posed the question, DC, is this a gimmick or is this legit? So I'm a fan of this. I want this comic book because I love this cover. Now I have 2 copies of the original. One's in fantastic shape and one's in like shape. Probably still gonna get both of them graded and hold on to the better one and sell the other one. Honestly, it's probably what I'm gonna do. But besides, so I'm kind of showing you my bias here, guys. I like this cover. I'm a fan of this. Here's where I have a problem. J. Scott Campbell, to my knowledge, has done some similarly strange kind of stuff. And again, I respect the guy, but there's been some stuff where he's like, warehouse finds have like popped up of like hard to find comics. And I am not accusing Mr. Campbell of anything here, but there just seems to be extra copies floating around sometimes. And I wonder how strict they are with the limited editions. That's what I'll say about that. So that it's already kind of on my radar for that feeling. And again, I'm not confirmed anything. I don't have any proof of that. I just feel like there's something that's kind of weird about that when I see some of that stuff come up, because I follow his like announcements and stuff pretty closely. Like I know some other people that are massive J. Scott Campbell fans. I'm a pretty big J. Scott Campbell fan. Like I really love J. Scott Campbell, but a lot of his books are expensive. It's hard to get out everything. Yeah, I bet they don't want to deal with CG. Yeah, I mean, sure, it'd be more work on them. It'd be more fun, in my opinion, if they just offered all these as 9.8 CGCs. Why not? Yeah, exactly. The short window screwed over some. Like, but why is there such a short window? Like, if you're willing to, like, it goes poof after 6 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever. Like, it doesn't make any sense. No, mine's not signed. That's for sure. Yeah, I don't know what the price is going to be for these. I've been wondering about that. That's part of my hesitation to like say one way or the other, like how I really feel about this. If these come out at like $80, I mean, the originals were 40, 50, something like that, I think. If these come out at like 80 to 100, that's kind of what I'd be more comfortable with. If they come out at like 150, 200, 500, somewhere in there, like that wouldn't surprise me and I'd feel pretty weird about it. But here's the deal. So this artist proof thing, this is everything I've said is kind of just the little details. Here's my real thing about this. what is this? Like, I mean, this is kind of just a reprint gimmick in a way. Like, you're taking a recent comic that was really hot. You're basically doing a little bit of a exclusive on it. Exactly like that. And I don't know. To me, it's just a weird thing. I don't know how I feel about it. At the same time, it's like, this will probably make the artist a lot of money, and I support that. So it's this weird give and take where I think it's like most things in life. It's kind of a gray area with some positive aspects and some negative aspects. I just don't know how to feel about it. Hey, we got Stapled Spine Horror Zine in here. Late Night Comics. Ahoy hoy. Ahoy hoy to you too as well. To you as well. That's a double positive. So yeah, I just feel like this is a bit of a strange thing. David says Spawn King #1 CGC 98 signed was selling for $1,500. Now it dropped to $912. Yeah, it's going to continue to drop. It'll probably see a resurgence and an increase in price at some point as well as we get further down the line. But this is definitely, like that ended up as #1 on my comics not to buy list for a reason. If you were gonna quick flip it, great. If you were gonna hold it for long-term investment, kind of a problem. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he might get some anti-gas ads. Nothing really. I mean, yeah, maybe not. I mean, I think there's something special about the artwork. It's a very good rendition of Rogue. I don't really love a lot of the negative space covers, to be honest with you. This is an exception. I like this one, and I like the Wolverine banana cover. Probably my two favorites, and I'm not just because I'm an X-Men fan, but I think the Spider-Man one didn't really do it for me. I was able to pick up one of those Moon Knight ones that's coming out. But I'm just for investment on that one, pretty much. Again, this just kind of comes down to me having kind of an issue with the quickly, like if there's not enough different about it. Like if they did a different color somehow, if they did a different character, even, I would be much more cool with it. Does anybody on here look at the Dark Tower comics? Or I read most of them. I still have #1. I sold the rest when I sold my collection, and I've read all the books. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I mean, there's people that don't like J. Scott Campbell's work because it's artwork, and artwork is subjective, and that's totally fine. If you like J. Scott Campbell's artwork, especially his Good Girl covers, that kind of stuff, this is gonna be right up your alley. Anyways, I don't really know if I have much more to say about it. I was curious what all your guys' opinions are on it too, but it pinged my spidey sense. Just kidding. It pinged my spidey sense a little bit because it just seemed strange. Yeah, it seems a little bit like a cash grab. Absolutely, buddy. Have a great night. I'll let you know if you win the Super Chat prize. Good luck on that. Have a good night, sir. Oh shit, man, that's awesome. Absolutely, yeah. So guys, if you are longtime viewers of this, which a few of you are, there was some comic I couldn't pull. For some reason, the name was escaping me because I kept wanting to call it the Legal Comic Defense Fund, but it's Liberty Comics. It was an Abby Chase Danger Girl cover. So you picked up a 9/8 signature series. That's awesome. How much did you pay for that, man? Because I have mine off getting graded right now. I don't know if it's going to be a 9/8 though. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm coming at with this one a little bit too. Is that it just seems like this was a limited run, and again, I'm showing you my bias. I don't know that everybody does that very often on YouTube. They should, but my bias is I own 2 copies of the original. I still want this one, so it's not like I'm saying, oh well, this one sucks because I have 2 of the original and I'm planning on selling one of them. That's true, but that's not why I feel weird about this. But it is, think of another, like if the Venom 3 Null second print comic book came out, and that that was obviously hot like a little bit later, And then they said, we're going to do another one. We're just going to call it the artist proof edition. And, you know, like it would be a little weird, right? Oh, hell yeah. You did an awesome job. Because those have sold for a lot more just in a regular 9.8. And yeah, the census is low on them. It's not a very common comic. Whether or not they all, it might have been like a higher print run and people just didn't hold on to them or something. I don't know what happened with it, but it's definitely a cool issue. Anyway, so we'll move on from this story. That's just something I thought was kind of interesting. You get a drink of water here. So here's the next story. By the way, I don't know if Economics and Comics is probably popping in and out. I'm sure he's working or something at the same time. We both got mentioned in a Bleeding Cool article. I mean, let me see if I can find that real fast. What? No, I don't want to subscribe. Fuck off. Penguin. What the fuck? So a letter from a comic book shop owner to Marvel about Penguin Random House. So Billy got highlighted in this article. I thought this was cool. They talked about his videos. They were talking about this letter and they said that the video in question might be this one. But they pointed out that there are other videos, and that one that says retailers right there. If I click that, it's my video, so I can do that. Hey, what's up? It's Christopher, aka the Bronze Age Nerd, and I'm coming at you with a... So that's kind of cool that I got linked in a Bleeding Cool article. So that's really neat. I'm not a retailer though, not by any stretch of the imagination. So I thought that was kind of fun. So we'll just show that real fast. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, that should 100% should be the way it is. Spend what you enjoy because you want to. Yeah, it's always solid advice, but you know, sometimes people want to speculate, flip, whatever you want to call it. I think people have a negative view of that, but if you're, especially if you're doing it, I don't really care why you're doing it, but if you're doing it to like fund your comic book hobby and get more comic books, more power to you. Yeah, I thought that was cool. Bleeding Cool is a sometimes controversial website that does comic book journalism that I have heard mixed things about, is what I will say, as far as their credibility as journalists. Just being honest, they have kind of a strong editorial position too, which that's kind of the norm for news these days, but I don't like strong editorial positions. I like news to be as much as possible like here's what happened and this is what it is. Now I am doing nerd news and this is my version of the news. If I wanted to turn this into a real comic book news program and that's what I wanted to do, I would take a different stance. Hey, real fast, I just want to check how many people do we have in here. We got 29 concurrent viewers. That's awesome. Thanks, everybody. I just want to take this quick chance to remind you real fast that there are Super Chat prize giveaways. Let me do this the right way. You can win this Kyle Hotz Ten of Swords creation, #1, first appearance of the original Horsemen of Apocalypse. All you got to do is Super Chat any amount, and you're entered for a chance to win this. Every dollar you enter is an extra chance to win this. This is a 9.8 white pages, limited, I believe, to 3,000 Comics Elite trade version. Signed John Tyler Christopher. We were just talking about him a second ago. Oh, sorry, that's not. No, this is the sign one. God, his signature is so freaking tiny. It's the Tate's Comics Rogue One #1. You also could win the Punisher Born trade paperback. It's issues 1 through 4, written by Garth Ennis. And the final prize, the first one we talked about, is Gun Honey #1. This is the booty cover, the Sarah Meany cover, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So anyways, yeah, 100%. I mean, so Mark says you can write Bleeding Cool and they can issue a correction about your status. That's true. I could do that. I tweeted him. I added them in my tweet about it. So I kind of figured that's close enough. So Preston says Bleeding Cool is journalism, kind of like tabloids are. Yeah, there's a strong editorial position. But they break a lot of news too that I see. So I'm sorry, I have to do it. It's required. They're a bit junky, won't lie. Sweet books. Yeah, anybody can win them. You could donate $1 right now and you get a chance to win them. It's a random number generator I'll do. So, DC did my no. I don't have you down. Let me, sorry guys, I have to take care of that. Let me scroll back through the chat. Oh, there you are. Thank you for letting me know you were after Preston. This will be a little confusing, but I will make this work. 5, and that is DC. I am so sorry I missed you. Thank you for saying something. And then we had Jay Chimps after that. Sorry, guys, that's an important note I have to fix. And then James was after that. Just make sure I do this nice and clean here so there's no confusion, because I show you guys this when they win. Okay, so I got you in, DC. I am so sorry I missed you on that one. I think it was because you came in right after Preston and I just didn't see you, so I apologize. Anyways, they were nice enough to. That's cool. Thank you for doing that, guys. Yes, if I see you do a super chat, I will always put it up on the board. So if you don't see it go up on the board, or hear me talk about it, I didn't get you down, and moderators, there's a few of you that have wrenches in here. Let me know if you kind of see that stuff going on, or if you're the person, like, hey, he didn't say anything. It's been about 5 minutes. Totally hit me up. Totally cool. Glad you got you in there. I would have felt terrible if I didn't get you down. I do feel terrible. So this is kind of interesting. Talk about names I can't pronounce. David Michelini. That's what I'm going to say, because I don't know how to pronounce his name correctly. I've seen the name written a bunch of times over the years, just don't know how to pronounce it. So this was something kind of interesting. So again, this is from Bleeding Cool. It's a source here, but a lot of this happened on Twitter. So the original thing is that I saw about this was Erik Larsen. Let me see if I can find that part. Erik Larsen had made a comment about, we got Comic Journey back in. He says he's gonna win, guys. You got to go up against him. He gets mad when you do it, and then he has to watch Viagra ads. So, or hemorrhoid cream, or anti-gas ads. Definitely keep going for his sake. He loves it. So basically, I think this is actually the article here. Yes. So nope, that's still not the original. This is David Michelini. You say Michelini, I say Michelini. Basically, there's some controversy over who deserves creation and co-creation credit for the character of Venom. DC Irish coming in with their $5. No, please don't stop. It's totally cool. Literally, this stuff keeps me going, guys. So I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for the support. And I got you down for another $5, DC. There we go. You might not be too far off. But I mean, this stuff is real. Like, I'm glad they covered this particular stuff. Because I think this whole creator kind of controversy stuff is really interesting. So really what the heart of the issue here is, who deserves the credit for creating Venom? And Erik Larsen made and I really wish this had this on here. So, I mean, I won't read the whole article, but basically you go back to, they're pulling up the stuff from Wizard now from 1993. And essentially what it is, the crux of the issue here is that David Mussolini, no, I'm just kidding. Basically takes full credit for creating Venom in this letter that he wrote. He talks about, I assume the person you're talking about as a co-creator of Venom is Todd McFarlane. And I'm paraphrasing as I read this. As the other co-creator, Todd's visualizations were fabulous, and I'm sure Venom wouldn't have reached the heights of popularity it had if it had been initially drawn by somebody else. However, there was only one person who actually created Venom, and that was me. I hate to sound like I'm blowing my own horn after 19 years of writing comics. This is the first time I created something that resulted in action figures, t-shirts, and its own unplanned at the time series. This was in response to, I believe, Lethal Protector. Lethal Protector #1 coming out. So I guess I'm just a little jealous about sharing the credit. Yeah, and Andrew says you remember that claim from years ago. So it's, I mean, this is comic book creator drama at its finest. I won't read everything here. Kind of interesting though that he does point out so many people. This is a big deal now. This is back in 1993. The new character's first appearance were in Amazing Spider-Man 298 and 299. I'm kind of a 299 truther. Like 298 being the first cameo of Venom that wasn't the Hand. And by the way, he does get into this too, where he says that the hand was, a woman's hand. I believe he says it right up here. It was supposed to be a woman. Editorial asked him to change that. It was the hand pushing him in. I think the bit was Web of Spider-Man 18. Yeah, Web of Spider-Man 18. Collectors take note, he says. Hey, J Chimp coming back in with another super chat. Hell yeah, you can keep going, man. I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you. J Chimps. You are giving away a 9/8 slab. I do appreciate you guys chipping in here, because that, if not enough people do, it definitely is hard to keep that momentum up. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You think he's actually right, Commentary. Now, here's the thing. And I can't pull the guy's name. I'm so sorry for not having this down. But the dude who submitted the black costume idea, which, he sold it to Marvel, right? Like, in a way, didn't he kind of help? Shouldn't he be a co-creator for Venom as well? Like, I know the symbiote is not Venom. I know that it's the bonded Venom and Eddie Brock that make the bonded symbiote and Eddie Brock that make Venom. But that costume's half the equation right there. So shouldn't he get credit too, at least? So he basically says he has sole credit. Erik Larsen wrote in. Now, Erik Larsen maybe injected himself a little bit, maybe where he shouldn't have, because Erik Larsen really just kind of created the tongue, and he obviously took over after Todd, drawing Venom in ASM and stuff. But he calls Mussolini a clown that has a lot of gall. He swipes the existing alien Spider-Man outfit with its existing powers that already hated Spider-Man and puts it on a poorly motivated guy. Todd draws Dave's description of a big guy in the existing Spider-Man outfit, adds his own touch of a grinning face and accompanying fangs, and then claims sole creation of the character. I mean, so interesting stuff here. Interesting claims. And then Todd recently described, in 1 minute, the origins of Venom's visual creation. David M. could come up with a story and go with visual I created. I came to the Spider-Man office after doing the Hulk and wanted to do Spider-Man. This is kind of the famous story where he wanted the traditional costume for Spidey. He wanted the black costume off, so they went ahead with Venom. I did this character called Venom, handed it to David Mussolini, the writer, and they said, just hold on. So then all of a sudden I do 298 and he's still in black, 299 he's still in black, finally 300. Look, I even said here on the cover sketch, can we do one in the black and red? Come on, I want to do the black and red. And they said, yeah, fine. Even that's a little messed up though, because Venom appears at the end of 299 in the last panel as Venom and the symbiote costume. So, because the black costume at that point was just a cloth costume, right? Hey, Funko Brothers, welcome to the show. Heading from like super chats. Oh boy, now they're gonna give me the ad. Boy, you're just getting all the pharma industry's having luck with you today. So it goes back and forth here quite a bit. Ron Friends comments. Todd McFarlane created Venom to get Pete out of the black. He attached part of the script as kind of some proof. You know, there you have the Venom reveal. And now the back and forth begins. So here we'll go. Have a good night, Preston. Thanks for sticking around with us. Howard Mackey, wow, what a rouser of rabble. Erik Larsen and Eddie Brock, did Michelini provide a drawing of him? Provide a drawing of him? Because I seem to remember the character not having previously existed. Todd obviously enhanced the initial idea considerably, adding claws and making his face progressively more monstrous. He enhanced the transformation of having it turn into stings of goo pulling in different directions. Michelini was handed all of the pieces. He had the costume, the powers, and all the rest. He was not starting with a blank page. That Todd gets co-creator credit for cranking the visual to 11 and visually designing Eddie Brock seems fair to me. And I think that is what I agree with in all of this. I agree because if he designed the visuals of the existing symbiote costume and enhanced it, the hands down, the person who creates the visuals of a character is a co-creator. You know, whether you weigh that more or not is completely up to you, but I think that's kind of, to me, inarguable. And really, I mean, you know, again, you have other people that contributed to the visual creation of that character, so he doesn't get even sole creating credit. Erik Larsen does like to shit stir though. So the funny thing is Fabian Nicieza comes in here and says, Eric, correct me if I'm wrong, please, because I haven't followed all of what everyone else has said, but I don't know that anyone is saying Venom shouldn't share credit between David and Todd. Well, the person that said that is David 28 years ago in Wizard Magazine. If I'm mentioning this, he says that he heard that Todd's trying to seek complete creative credit, which is kind of bullshit. And then Eric agrees. If that's what he's saying, it's nuts. I haven't heard Todd say that. Mr. McFarlane say that. Yeah. And then Gregory Wright says the same thing. So it's, you know, that's kind of where we'll end on this one. It's interesting. It's fascinating to me. I think it's a good discussion point. You know, I do try to cover nerd news here. So, oh, you know what? Bing. There we go. Yeah, it's very similar to the Jack Kirby Stanley arguments. No, but I agree, but I don't know. I don't see anywhere where he's trying. I think people are saying he said that, but I didn't see any evidence quotes that he is saying that. I also don't think David Michelini can say that either, though, based on what I see. And that's kind of the salient point to me, is it's pretty obvious that no one person created Venom. Now that does happen sometimes. It does happen sometimes where people create, you know, maybe they sketch out the full look of the character, and then they go from there, and they you know, they call the character a name, and here's his background, and then, you know, maybe another artist kind of comes in and touches up the character or completes the design, or maybe not in some cases. Last thing I'll mention, I'm going to hit this very quickly, guys. I do not want to turn this into some kind of a shit show, but I think this is interesting. There was a retailer ejected from New York City Comic-Con for refusing to wear a mask, allegedly. We do know that there was an empty booth at New York Comic-Con. That is something that multiple people that were there have confirmed. Basically the details of this are that it came out, which retailer it was. Oh, was this not? This isn't the article that follows up with it. It was a toy company. I want to say it was Invasion Toys. I'm sorry if I have that wrong. Actually, I'm curious. If I go to their website, do they have? I'm pretty sure they had an updated article on this. See, that's one thing. If you have an article and then you have a significant update, you should post the additional information at the top of the article. That's all I'm saying. I'm pretty sure they had an update on this. just double checking here and make sure I can't find the updated to get the retailer's name. Yeah, I know I saw an article about this. So essentially what I wanted to cover here is, because I did go to Rose City Comic Con that required vaccinations and face coverings and all that stuff too. But the retailer fired back and said, we had a partner in our booth that wasn't wearing mask. We weren't aware that they had been worn multiple times, and then our booth was asked to leave. So that's the wrinkle. My quick thing on that is, if those are the rules and it's what gets us into a convention and gets us all, you know, congregating about comics again, is being vaccinated, wearing a mask, I'm okay with that. If that's what makes it safe enough to do that. And then if you don't follow those rules that you knew going in, that's on you. The wrinkle, of course, is that they say, oh, well, it was one of our partners. Well, if that partner is in your booth and they're your partners, you're responsible for them, right? I mean, that's kind of how I take that. So, you know, it's a lot of shenanigans, a lot of stuff going on. They Invasion Toys. Okay, yeah. I thought it was Invasion Toys. I mean, yeah, I kind of agree with that too, to a certain extent. He kind of fully developed the character, but I wouldn't say he co-created the character either. Personally, that's just my personal opinion. Good point, Mark. Good point. Yep. Even Comic Journey, you know, was agreeing with it. Oh, you couldn't go because of the vaccination rules. Interesting. Okay. Well, I know Rose City Comic Con was allowing a negative PCR test, which I actually kind of would have preferred they allowed only full vaccinations, personally. But I felt safe because they spaced everything out properly. They had a lot of safety in place. They had, you know, designated eating areas where you could pull your mask down, and that was, again, spaced out. So I appreciated that. And that's kind of the point I just wanted to make is, with these rules, if we want to go do these fun things and we have all this stuff going on right now, and that's what you have to do, I kind of support that. But I also, it's kind of like, you know, my argument about the Scarlett Johansson lawsuit. If you are going to sign a contract, you need to live up to the terms of that contract. If you're going to agree to do something as a retailer at this convention, you need to live up to that. It's kind of where I fall on that anyway. So kind of let's do last call for Super Chat. I'm pointing at my chat. You guys can't see that. Last call for Super Chat. Bernie's Mittens, you were at Rose City too? Awesome. Hello, Bernie's Mittens. That's cool. What do you think was the most fun thing there, real fast? So yeah, last chance to Super Chat, guys, to win the Gun Honey, the 9.8 Ten of Swords creation #1 slab with Wolverine on it. I should just show it. So we'll do the drawing here in a minute. You guys still have time. You still can Super Chat. Gun Honey 1, booty cover, Punisher Born, Star Wars Tate's Comics exclusive signed by John Tyler Christopher, and Ten of Swords 9.8 Kyle Hotz cover with that fantastic Wolverine art on it, swords and sais and arrows. So that can be yours as well. So kind of last call for those. And if anybody has any questions or anything, let me know. I literally don't know what's going on this week for as far as content goes. I've been expecting some stuff to come in. It hasn't come in. So it's kind of prevented me from doing like unboxings and stuff. And one of those things is my HasLab Sentinel. I've really hoped to have that content. Expected to get some Age of Apocalypse figures in. Yeah, totally. I spent some time with those guys. That was, and I shouldn't just say guys. Interesting. Okay. But I mean, so do you have a problem? Do you have a problem with the co-creator? I mean, like most characters have a co-creator, so I'm just wondering. And yeah, totally. I get your typo. It happens. So yeah, if you have any questions, get them out now. I don't really know what I'm gonna have for content. I'm always down for ideas. I have been meaning to do. Oh hey, DC coming in for another $5. Glad I said something. Best of luck to you, DC. Oh, somebody asked me about NFTs earlier. Shit, I totally forgot to talk to you about that. Do you collect Marvel Heroes cards? Marvel Heroes cards are the... Do you mean like just the old Marvel Universe cards, or maybe it's something I don't know about? Marvel Heroes cards. Is that like the new Marvel Legends cards they have coming out? Just wondering. Got DC, and if I didn't highlight them, I definitely saw it. And J Champ's coming in with another $5. I appreciate those guys. You guys going after those prizes. Like I said, I will keep trying to make the prizes better. J Champs, and we are doing 86 to 90. So yeah, what do you mean the Marvel Universe stuff? Because let's just pretend like you did mean that. The Marvel Universe cards. Oh, that cut off. I do have your super chat, by the way, J Champs. I don't know why it cut off everything. That's weird. The old one. Okay, cool. Oh, hey, we got Ralph coming in for another $5. Ralph tried to grab the last 5, but I don't think he quite made it because I see another one. I apologize for your thing getting cut off there, J Champs, but I got you. You're in. And we got Caterpillow Pants. I didn't see your full name earlier. I'm sorry about that. That's really funny. Caterpillow. I like that. 9600 and yep. Okay. That should be everybody there. DC. Yep. Okay. Yeah, Marvel Universe 1990. Yeah, so I do have a good amount of those. I don't have the full Series 1 set. They're challenging you is what's happening here at Comic Journey. We are going to get to that real soon, that giveaway. Just give those people his last chances. I don't have the full set. I have like the Cyclops card, a few others. It's weird. I thought I had the full set. Like I went back and started looking at my Marvel stuff. I have a full... make sure I have them right here. Marvel Universe Series 2. I think, yeah, I have a full set of Series 2. I thought, see, this is the other one. I thought I had a full set of Series 3. I think I just have a lot of them. It's really weird that I don't, though. And I know for sure I have a full set of Series 4. Because that's kind of my jam, because they connected. I really, 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 really want all the chase cards from that. But they started doing like, you know, like the Heroes Reborn Bagley covers and stuff. I love those. Love those. A sucker for those variants. I just realized I'm not showing any of that. Yeah, that's Series 4. I have all those. Series 3 was the cosmic kind of background-y one. I like those a lot too. But yeah, Series 1 would be sweet to have all of. God, it's so funny that, you know, maybe they got lost in a move or something. That's kind of what I wonder. Or maybe they're mixed in with some of my baseball cards that kind of stayed in storage. But those are cool. Those are cool. Yeah, the Stanley Marvel card is probably the sweetest one. I know, like, you know, 10s are going for crazy amounts for that thing, as they probably deserve to be. And then there's the whole Deadpool rookie card and all that stuff. Okay, guys, so let's say that was kind of final call, last chance for super chat. I'm gonna pull up a random number generator right now. Hey, have a good night. Have a good night, man. Comic book steals and deals, guys. Thanks for coming in here. So we will randomize this 3 times. Let me correctly set this up here for the super chats. So what's going to happen is I will hit generate 3 times, and the number that's displayed there. Let me see. Can I highlight that and you guys see it? Yep. The number that's displayed there will be the winner. And then I'll show you my little cheat sheets for who the winner is. So good luck to everybody that entered. I really do appreciate that. One note, I will probably be able to ship that stuff out next Monday. I can't get to the post office without trying to wrangle my kid at the same time. Until then, I'm kind of like trying to under promise and over deliver because I might have a chance to, but if I don't, they'll go out next Monday. That's partially because my post office is not open Saturday and Sundays. Most of them aren't open on Sundays. In Japan, they cheat on comics. How do they cheat on comics? How do they do that? So good luck to all the winners, or good luck to all the entries out there. And let's see who wins. 1, 2, 3. The winner is number 83. Number 83. So I will. So I have my little post-it notes with everybody's name and everything on it, and they're all there. There's the top one that came off because it's just a post-it note. And I had to scratch out the error because we put BC Irish back in. 83 is 8185. That was DC Irish. DC Irish, you are the winner. Congratulations. All the bidding paid off. I'm glad you're the one that said that. You'd be surprised though. I've heard some negative stories. It's literally like, it's weird. I can't get to the post office without my kiddo, and she's 3, trying to wrangle her at a post office if she doesn't want to cooperate, and I'm holding like stuff, and it's awkward. And especially with everything going on, I don't want her running off and, you know, people coughing in her face or whatever. I think writers play a significant part in creating characters. This one is convoluted. The Marvel Age submission for creating Black Costume, Jim Shooter, Secret Wars. Yeah, it's very different. Yeah, congratulations, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you that donated to the Super Chat prizes. I appreciate those of you that just stayed and watched. That's cool too. But yeah, if you're catching us on the rewind, this is the kind of stuff we do on these shows, so definitely come in and Super Chat next time. We definitely appreciate that. DC Irish is the proud owner of some new comic books. I'll get those shipped out for you again on Monday, at the latest. I believe I have your contact info. Hit me up on Instagram just to double check, to make sure I got your correct shipping address and all that stuff, and I will ship that out. With that, I didn't see any other like questions come through or anything. We've dwindled down to 21 concurrent viewers. That's 21 people who are still viewing here at 10:30 p.m. or what would it be, like 1:30 a.m. on the East Coast. So I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. How I like to end the streams is this little fun thing we do where I say, hey, 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 hey. Read comics every day. Have a great week, everybody. I'll catch you on the next live show next Monday night, and have a great week until then.